between 2016 and the first half of 2021, victims in Singapore have lost nearly $1 billion to scams. The latest danger is job scams.
I lost about 40,000, which is actually all my savings.
Job opportunity, part-time job opportunity, and stuff like that. Mostly embarrassing that I got scammed.
Every month, people lose thousands of dollars because of fake Singapore job offers. They receive offer letters, they are promised visas, they are told just pay the processing fee, and then the company disappears. And the worst part, many of these people were never even eligible for the job they applied for in the first place. It was all fake just to take money from you. So in this video, I will explain how people actually get jobs in Singapore, what types of passes exist, what is the realistic salary expectations, and most importantly, how to identify job scams before they cost you money. Because Singapore has opportunity, but it also has rules. And if you don't understand the system, you can waste months applying for the wrong job. And one mistake almost every new expat makes when applying, which we made it too, but you don't have to if you watch this video till the end. Hi, I am Samriddhi, an Indian living in Singapore, and I make content around life in Singapore. If you're thinking of getting a job in Singapore, then this is the right video for you. But if you already got a job, then also watch this to verify whether it's real or not. After that, you can watch my cost of living video to get fully prepared for this move. Before replying to any job offer you got, or even applying for a new job, you should know that Singapore companies cannot just hire foreigners freely. There are regulations. Employers must justify why they are hiring a foreigner instead of a local, which means you usually need either strong skills, experience, or qualifications. This is not impossible, but it means random applications rarely work. And here is mistake number 1. Many people apply to every job they see. But not every job is open to foreigners. Companies in Singapore first advertise a role on their portal for citizens named as My Careers Future, which is mainly for Singaporeans and permanent resident cardholders. If they don't get the suitable candidate, then they open the role for foreign talent. And this is where understanding work passes becomes important, because work passes decide where you can get that job or not. Let's simplify this passes first, then later we will discuss where to apply for jobs. There are various kinds of passes, but most expats should know 3 main ones. First is Employment Pass, which is also called as EP. This is usually for professionals, managers, and skilled specialists. Generally, it requires higher salary and qualifications. Examples are tech jobs, finance roles, engineers, marketing professionals. These are the roles many people aim for. Now, when will you get this pass? For EP, you have to pass 2-stage eligibility framework. First, you have to earn at least EP qualifying salary, which is benchmarked to the top 1/3 of PMET salaries by age in that sector, which means your offered salary should meet the minimum EP salary required for that sector. This required salary is estimated to the top 1/3 of local PMET, short form of professionals, managers, executives, and technicians. For all sectors except finance, the minimum salary required is 5,600 Sing dollars per month. And for finance sector, minimum salary required is 6,200 Sing dollars per month. I have attached the link for detailed salary range as per your sector and a PDF in the description for you to get an idea. After the required minimum salary, you need to qualify a point-based Compass system. Compass is a transparent point-based system that gives business greater clarity and certainty for manpower planning. It enables employers to select high-quality foreign professionals while improving workforce diversity and building a strong local core. Your application needs to earn 40 points to pass Compass on these points. In the link which I have given you, you can see the detailed explanation of this criteria. You are exempted from Compass if your salary is more than 22,500 Sing dollars per month, or you are applying under overseas intra-corporate transfer. So make sure your HR has updated you with these informations and you will receive your IPA letter after your background verification done successfully. You can check your EP application status on MOM's website. This will ensure that your EP application process is fair and you don't have to pay any fees for that. This recruitment cost is legally borne by the employer. Next category of pass is S-Pass. S-Pass is more of a mid-skill category, including technicians, supervisors or service roles. Lower salary requirement as compared to EP, but still process is structured. There are cases where companies require skilled foreign professionals whose roles are valuable to the business but do not fully meet the EP criteria. Minimum required salary for this pass is 3,300 SGD per month. Again, here also companies has to advertise for the role on My Careers Future for the citizens, and only after no results they can hire a foreign worker after going through structured process listed on MOM website. Here, chances are if an employment agency is hiring you for any other company, then agency may ask you for their fees or maybe 1 month or 2 months salary, but you don't have to pay anything here. Why? Because for employment pass and S-Pass, all costs are borne by employer and not you, even though they hire you through any agency. Beware if they say after joining they will cut this cost from your salary, because this is illegal. You can complain on MOM website if you go through this. For now, if you want more details on S-Pass, check out the description or I will pin it in a comment for you. For both Employment Pass and S-Pass, if your salary is more than 6,000 Sing dollars per month, then you are eligible to bring your spouse and children on Dependent Pass. Dependent Pass is also applied by the employer and it totally depends upon company whether they are bearing the cost of application or they can ask you to pay also. Another important type of pass is work permit, usually for manual labor sectors like marine, shipyards, construction, manufacturing, domestic work, etc. Work permits in Singapore generally do not have an official minimum salary, but common roles in construction, manufacturing and services often range from 1,600 Singapore dollar to 2,000 Singapore dollars monthly, whereas domestic workers like maid gets $450 plus depending upon years of experience. This is also applied by the employer and they have to follow foreign worker quota and levy requirements. Every sector can only hire limited number of foreign workers, which is some percentage of their total workforce. There are many employment agencies who hire domestic helpers, candidates for business, etc. and they can ask you an agency fees of 1 month's salary per year or a maximum of 2 months salary. But like I said, don't pay anything before you know everything. So stay till the end. There are many other passes as well, like Overseas Network and Expertise Pass. For top talents in business, arts and culture, sports, as well as academia and research are typically senior leaders and experts that help create good jobs, transfer knowledge and strengthen Singapore's position in new and emerging growth areas. Personalized Employment Pass, known as PEP, for high-earning existing employment pass holders or overseas foreign professionals who have a salary higher than 22,500 Singapore dollars per month, and many more categories. And that is the main reason why many people get confused and apply randomly. And then they get frustrated because nobody replies. Not because they are bad candidates, but because they are applying for the jobs not aligned with their past eligibility. And this leads to something dangerous: desperation. And desperation is exactly what scammers target. So let's talk about that. Most Singapore job scams follow similar pattern. They will say, we guarantee job. Red flag. Right there. They say, pay visa processing fee. Huge red flag. Stay alert. They say, visa instantly approved after payment. Biggest red flag, just block it. Important rule: real Singapore employers do not charge candidates money for the job. They pay recruitment agencies, you don't. If someone is asking money from you, it's almost always a scam. Common scam methods: WhatsApp job offers, Telegram recruiters, fake LinkedIn profiles, fake HR emails, offer letters without any interviews. Another red flag if they hire you without any interview. No real company does that. So what you have to pay attention is no money to pay for E-Pass and S-Pass, not even a single dime. For work permit, employment agencies may charge you a 1 month salary or maximum of 2 months salary, but that should be clearly written on your IPA letter, in principle approval letter, which will be your visa when you enter first time in Singapore. And usually the amount is deducted from your salary after arrival. So don't pay beforehand. Always negotiate to pay after joining. Now, important question. How do you check if the job is legit or the employment agency is real or not? Here are some simple checks. First, check company's website. Does it look real? Does it have an office address? Check whether if they are hiring for the position you applied. Check the agency they listed for the recruitment process. Second, search the company on MOM website. If it's registered, good. If not, block the person right away. Third, check LinkedIn presence and check the job listing. Contact HR sharing the email you received and check whether they are hiring for that position or not. Fourth, never pay visa fees for yourself. Employer applies for the work passes, not you. Fifth, if someone pressures you for quick payment, walk away and report it to MOM. Sixth, search license number and employment agency number on MOM website to check whether they are registered. And do not engage with your own country agent because they will charge extra with no surety that they are connected to the real Singapore agencies or not. Also, MOM can't do anything if you get scammed outside of Singapore in the name of Singapore job. So it's better to use registered agency rather than some random person. And real hiring takes time and scams always create urgency. If you're still here watching this, then confidently walk away from those scams and share in the comments if you had an experience like this. Now let's talk reality. How foreigners actually get hired. Obviously, the main platform is LinkedIn. Other hiring platforms are also here. JobStreet, Indeed Singapore, Glints, Monster, Michael Page, and Glassdoor. And of course, you can look on to company career pages, recruitment agencies, referrals, and internal transfers. Not WhatsApp, not Telegram, not any random agent. And something important that many people underestimate is that your profile matters, not the number of applications. It's better that you focus on 50 targeted applications, not like you set up the filter of Singapore and apply to random 500 jobs. Focus on skills, experience, and market demand. Singapore rewards value. So make sure you have updated your resume, read the job descriptions properly, make tailored cover letters, reach out to the people working in the company for a referral. I have helped my husband to switch 3 jobs here by my unique strategy of applying jobs. If you want a detailed video on that, comment steps and I will make a separate video with all the details and resources. You just have to give 20 minutes daily for applying jobs, not a whole day. Even if you apply to one job daily, at the end of the month you have 30 jobs applied, 30 people connected, and maybe 30 referrals that you asked for. That's really a win. And I want to say something honestly. Getting a job in Singapore is possible, but it is competitive. Many people apply, but not everyone gets selected. So instead of chasing shortcuts, understand the system, build skills, apply strategically, and avoid scams. And your chances improve significantly. Don't make the mistake we did, the mistake of rushing things. Here in Singapore, the recruitment process is slow. It may take 4 to 7 months for a process to clear. It's normal here, so don't lose patience and stay connected to HR. And if you follow all the steps I told you, you can save yourself from a scam and can get a job in Singapore. I'm looking forward to meet you in person. Do let me know if this video helps you and you come here, as I'm your first friend in Singapore. Also, if you're thinking about job in Singapore, do you know what happens when your spouse moves with you on a dependent pass? Can they work? Is it easy to find a work here? What struggles do they face while applying for a job? In my next video, I'll talk about the real challenges dependent pass spouses face when they want to work in Singapore. So if you are planning family relocation, that video might help you prepare mentally. Subscribe to my channel if you want practical and honest information about living and working here. And if you like this video, then like it. How else will I know? Please comment below what kind of job are you trying to get in Singapore. And if you have any questions, I'm always ready to answer. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.